specifically attached to the issue of cement, we will give you the liberty to ask all other questions. Those that we don't have responses to, will tell you honorably that we're not going to respond to those, but the floor will be open for general questions after we have exhausted questions pertaining to the issue that we are here to discuss tonight. Honorable Minister, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Honorable Minister of Information, Honorable Moses Nkuyu, Honorable Deputy Minister of Transport, Honorable Steve Baba Malondena, Secretary for Trade and Industry, Madam Christina Zakeyo, Secretary for Information and Digitalization, Mr. Baldwin Chiamaka, all senior government officials present here, CEO of Competition and Fair Trading Commission, Mr. Lloyds Vincent Koma, esteemed members of the press, officials from Malawi Congress Party present in this room, fellow citizens, good evening. Zina, before we go to the main issue as a main, if you might allow me, to affirm his commitment towards the welfare of our farmers, President Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera directed my ministry to look at removing some of the bottlenecks that farmers face when selling their products, their produce to other countries. We looked at many non-trade barriers, and the major one was mutual standards recognition. Mutual standards recognition. This is whereby, despite being certified by Malawi Bureau of Standards, our products are subjected to the same certification process elsewhere. Let's say Murindi soya beans, kandi nteza, kandi peanut butter, kunogo mwapanga find MBS. Mukatuza ku Zambia, kandi ku Zimbabwe, ka Tanzania, kandi ku Mozambique, kandi ku Dubai. They wanted to go through the same certification process. And that becomes an untrade barrier, NTB. So one of the directives that Jaguar gave us, can you please work on these, some of the NTBs? And we embarked on this journey with various countries, including some in the Middle East and Southeast Asia. Malawi Bureau Standards and my ministry have worked hard and will continue to do so in as far as removing this major NTB is concerned. Tonight, I would like to advise Malawians that the Chakwera-led government and the government of the Republic of Zambia took a significant step towards enhancing regional trade and cooperation by signing the Mutual Recognition Agreement on Conformity Assessment under the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa COMESA framework. On 11th August 2025, I signed the agreement on behalf of my government. Signing the agreement on behalf of the government of Zambia was the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Ruben Mtolo Piri. This was done in Lusaka, and the signing ceremony was witnessed by my counterpart, Honorable Chipoka Mulenga, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry. This agreement underscores the commitment of both governments to facilitate trade through mutual recognition of a conformity assessment process, promising new opportunities for farmers, traders, and consumers, thereby fostering economic growth across borders. Commodities covered under the Malawi-Zambia MRA includes maize, groundnuts, beans, rice, soybean, and sorghum. This means ngati chintu kunoko achipanga certify IMBS these 6 products for a start. When taking them to Zambia, you don't need to go through the same certification process. The Zambian Bureau of Standards will accept what MBAs are certified. Similarly, ku Zambia nakoso, whatever is certified by the Bureau of Standards, kunoso nafeso will accept the same certification process. This is a big milestone as far as trade is concerned. Soon, we'll be signing an agreement with Zimbabwe, and this will continue until such a time when all the processes at Malawi Bureau of Standards are certified by the International Standards Organization. Remember, if all our processes at MBS were certified by ISO, it means we can send our products anywhere without being subjected to certification process in those countries. At the moment, we are not yet fully certified by ISO. Only some of the processes are certified by ISO at MBS. And MBS is working hard together with our ministry to make sure that every process at MBS is certified by the International Standards Organization. Without that, at the moment, other countries, Samarura Katundu, open the ISO certification. The only way out is to agree with those particular countries to have MRA, Mutual Recognition Assessment, whereby they can accept what MBS has certified. MBS has made a lot of progress such that some of their processes have already been certified by ISO. It is a bit costly to get everything done by ISO, but the Chakwera government has prioritized that. Good, you know, the process at MBS should be certified by ISO. To our bilateral partners, to our donors, and all those that work with us and finance some of our projects, your assistance in financing the process of getting the remaining processes at MBS certified by ISO will go a long way, not only in uplifting lives of our traders and farmers, but also proving your commitment to a better Malawi and a better Africa. Another second item for tonight. We signed a protocol with the Republic of China. This is a big milestone for our country. Many countries are yet to get there, but Malawi has been one of the few countries that has achieved this milestone. In order to create more markets for commodities produced in the country, on June 12, 2025, Malawi and the People's Republic of China signed a protocol on the export of macadamia nuts to China. This landmark protocol will allow all macadamia nuts from Africa to enter Chinese market under the conditions and regulations laid down by the General Administration of Customs of the People's Republic of China. Currently, our macadamia nuts, just like other agricultural products, go into China through other countries who end up benefiting more than our farmers do. I was told by officials from China and other organizations when I was in China in June that some of macadamia nuts were going into China via Vietnam, because Vietnam had kind of agreement in China. So some will get our products from here, soybeans, groundnuts, macadamia nuts, export them through Kenya, Tanzania, and other countries, Burundi, and then they take them into Vietnam, and they add value there. Whatever they do, they package them properly, because they've got agreements with Chinese government. They send them as Vietnamese macadamia nuts or Vietnamese soybeans or groundnuts, not as Malawian products. So this signing for this agreement, this protocol with China on macadamia nuts is a big milestone for macadamia farmers, because they have been complaining and crying because those that take them to China directly make more profits from the Malawian macadamia nuts than the local farmers, who get exchanged by middlemen who sell to other countries. So this is a major milestone, and we are doing more. We're trying to work out on other produce like soybeans, groundnuts, whatever we produce. We can have protocols with various countries, but this is a major milestone. The signing of this agreement with the Chinese government is a milestone that underscores President Chakwera's agenda of empowering Malawian farmers and traders, who I strongly believe are listening to me right now. To farmers and traders, if you want to achieve real economic growth, vote for Chakwera on 16 September 2025. Because he has your welfare, and he's proving it by removing some NTBs, non-trade barriers, that have been affecting your produce and your business. For more information on this, please contact Malawi Investment and Trade Center. They will be able to assist you. But all macadamia farmers are aware of this, and all those that are trained in macadamia, they are aware and they have appreciated this, and some have already started working on how they can directly export to China. Now to the hot issue of cement. About 4.5 months ago, when the government of Malawi, through my ministry, made a decision to prohibit the importation of goods that we could produce locally, every patriotic Malawian and those in the productive sectors, except, and I mark this, except the Transporters Association of Malawi, applauded us. TAM, the so-called Transporters Association of Malawi, believed a lie from elsewhere that we banned the importation of bananas. And because some of the members transport bananas from Tanzania to Malawi, they went berserk, attacking me personally and attacking my ministry through a number of press statements. Per week, we never responded because we don't respond to people that make baseless claims. Otherwise, it won't be a government of responding to anything. One wonders as to what their motive was, but that is what is how sometimes Malawians behave. You're trying to move northwards of things, they'll pull you southwards. You're trying to move eastwards, they'll pull you westwards. And the ban is still in force. And I would like to inform Malawians that most of the farmers have found their products on our supermarkets, and that should make everyone proud. Farmers of Kachewere and in Chisi, some of them came to our office to thank us that now they can sell their products in supermarkets in Sana, in Chipiko, and in ShopRite. Tomatoes, onions, bananas produced by Malawians for the first time have found their market. They found themselves on the shelves in our Malawian supermarkets, which should make us all proud. And as long as this prohibition order is in place, it is the desire of President Chakwera to see Malawians improve in terms of quality and standards of their products while selling at affordable prices. That is very key. We cannot, and I repeat, we cannot be protecting Malawian traders and farmers at the expense of the consumer. Improve in terms of quality and standards of the products while selling at affordable prices. As a ministry, we promote the Buy Malawi, Build Malawi strategy for the betterment of Malawians and every one of us. Unfortunately, some scrupulous traders and manufacturers tend to abuse that by trying to make huge profits because of greed. That's why we're here tonight. This evening, I stand before you to address a matter of great concern that continues to impact the daily lives of Malawians, especially in the construction sector, that is the persistent increase in the prices of cement. The cement industry has been and continues to be protected as a strategic sector that contributes significantly to the development of this country. Most of you are aware that prices of cement have skyrocketed over the recent past from 26,000 kwacha per bag 3 months ago to about 50,000 kwacha per bag right now, making the product unaffordable to many buyers. Maka Mashado MPs in the Afa Kwambiri, and they're the ones who are crying the most because they're trying to do some work in the constituency. They're Afa Kwambiri, cement than Maka construction industry. Mashado, Ababa, Mubana Wumkuyo, Mashado Anzanga, Nazo. But in order to ensure that cement is readily available on the market and is affordable by many, the Chakwera government has undertaken the following measures. On 12th August, the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry in Zambia, Honorable Chipoka Mulenga MP, and I met the two major producers of cement in Zambia. The first meeting was held with Brian Chen, the CEO of Chilanga Cement Company Limited, who agreed to supply Malawi with 300 tons of Portland cement per day. That's per day. As we speak, Panopa, okay, I'll come there later on. And again, we managed to negotiate the price per ton. Tengomene, my traders in Malawi, I'm ordered to Zambia factory. So the price is $114 per ton, but we agreed for $105 per ton after successful negotiations with our counterparts, which makes our even distributors are happy now that there's a $9 discount from the Zambian manufacturers. I held a similar meeting with Sinoma Company Limited, who proposed to supply cement again at the same price, $105 per ton for the 32.5 cement, while $118 per ton for the 42.5. That is $7 less than the actual selling price that side. Government has also removed the 10% surcharge on imported cement. This surcharge was put in place because local producers, manufacturers, and distributors complained kuti cement yoka ku Zambia aku cheaper than watu nde ifeyo buy mwana strategies ukanika because watu ndo odura nde mambuyo omo panaikida 10% surcharge kuti kadulo oko yakhala nodula pang'ono to give room to protect our producers and our traders and our distributors. So this was initially imposed to shield cement producing Malawi from international competition, but the abuse of this goodwill is just unacceptable. You come to us, you complain, could it protect? We're like, fine, we'll protect you. We protect you, then you come back and hit us. That's totally unacceptable. I spoke to my colleague and comrade, Honorable Simplex Chola Banda. MRI has written this already, and the gazette is ready. It should be gazetted any day this week, because we already have got the initial bunch of 12,000 bags of cement at Mchinji border right now. Zonai pa Chipada, pa Akrizi, Mchinji border. We're waiting for this to be gazetted before MRA can finally remove. But everything has been done, just an internal process, which we believe that come tomorrow or come Friday, it shall be removed, and the initial bunch of cement will be cleared at the border and start getting into the market locally. And again, there will be no guiding the value on imported cement from Zambia. It was set some years ago to protect local companies. By the way, Komesa imalesa kunea kuti katundu pakuda mu Komesa tipangapo add guided value. So Ministry of Trade issued a 10.5% guided value on cement. Kulibe ntengo ujokwerebe wa imported cement, so that our local producers should be shielded. That we have communicated, and I signed the letter this morning. We have removed the guided value from the imported cement from Zambia. In order to boost supply of cement, we will import the product from Zambia. Cement will start arriving in the country this week. As I said, 12,000 bags are already by the border, but we're waiting for this gazetting of the 10% surcharge. We should be ready tomorrow or Friday. Then they'll create the initial batch of cement. It is therefore my expectation that the market will soon be flooded with cement, and the prices will be reduced accordingly. As of yesterday, as I've said, we already had about 2,000 bags of cement at Chipara and Mchinji, but now it's at Mchinji. So we should be getting there before the end of this week. The consignments are waiting for the gazetting of the removal of the surcharge for the cement to be cleared. Welcome, Attorney General. Apart from aiming at assisting Malawi to boost the supply of cement on the domestic market, the two meetings mentioned above and the intervention undertaken will reverse the price of the commodity that has reached 50,000 per 50 kg bag on the domestic market. It is our hope that it will go below 35,000 kwacha, where it was before this nonsense began. As a short-term measure, Cement Products Limited and Portland Cement Limited have committed to increase deliveries to the central region and northern region, where supply challenges have been the most prevalent. So these two normally supply the eastern and southern region. The others supply the central and northern region. But now we met them and agreed that let them push volume this side as well. Let them push volume this side so that we're able to meet. But for this meeting was last week. It was last week, I think. So they're still having challenges because they're going at the abrupt. Let me warn people not to abuse the Buy Malawi strategy by charging exorbitant prices and holding cement and any other commodity to create unnecessary disruptions on the market. It's just unacceptable. I also wish to, this Englishman, reiterate, R-E-I-T-E-R-A-T, reiterate, how do you pronounce it? Reiterate, thank you, Honorable Kunkui, reiterate. I wish also to reiterate that enterprises engaging in holding and in excessive or exploitative pricing of cement will face the full arm of the law. Traders are reminded that the Competition and Fair Trading Act under Section 51G prohibits excessive and exploitative pricing. Errant enterprises therefore risk being sanctioned with monetary penalties of up to 10% of their annual gross turnover, not profit. That's what is in the Act. 10% of the annual gross turnover, not profit. Some businessmen have been advising us that we shouldn't have taken the aforementioned measures before consulting them. Mwapangira nje zaku Zambia zi, msatifunse ife, who are you? Iwe ndo endani. You come to Malawi, you naturalize, we accept you as a Malawian, we protect you, you ask for protection, then you come and you hit us behind our backs. Now, when you are increasing your prices, did you consult us? Did you warn us? Did you inform us? Then because of taking measures to protect the consumers, the local people, you are calling my PS, you are calling me, you are calling directors. Why didn't you consult us before going crazy with your prices? You thought you were clever and smart. This we're not reversing. Whether your companies, your factories will crash, as long as we protect the consumer, the local Malawians whom you're exploiting, will not reverse this until we have seen that there's some sense in your heads. You did that with the previous government, I know for sure, but not this one. Not the Chakwera government. If you thought you'd bring down this Chakwera government in favor of those that entertain your unethical practices, be ready to be brought down yourself. And we'll do that nicely. This is just the beginning of the beginning. By the way, I'm an engineer. Most prayers in the construction industry, Mwafunse, I'm a journalist, Mwafunse. Ask Malaysian engineers, they prefer Zambian cement than our locally produced cement. That's a fact. That is a fact. Most prayers in the construction industry, I remember the time we had this BSCC Engineers Day, National Construction Engineers World Day. There are several people displaying their products, and Honorable Buhala asked a question to one of the producers of cement. And the setting, oh sorry, that's too technical now. The setting time or whatever. But because I'm marketers, technical questions. You know? So most people in the construction industry prefer Zambian cement than to our locally produced cement for many reasons in terms of consistency and quality and strength. Samabange protect is indodi zgonongaso ziduzina, no. Let me get to the Ilovo tender, the last one item on tonight's agenda. I would like to encourage Malawians to take part in the tender for the resale of sugar that Ilovo recently reported in the media. The tender closes on 16th of August. This is on Saturday. It's closing. But I want to say this. Let me urge Ilovo Malawi Limited to consider the suffering Malawians go through when some of the distributors hold sugar. Ndikunena kuti ndipemphe a Ilovo akamapanga evaluation yawo and akamapanga award matenda the successful bidders aganizire amalawi amene amazunzika ndi ma distributors amene amapanga hold sugar amene amabisa sugar. I'm not sure, I didn't see the tender document yawo because sometimes it's always good, like in construction, timanya kuti ngati uli ndi litigation issues undi chanchani, you'll be disqualified. Now, if you contract you didn't execute them as per the contract agreement, you'll be disqualified. I'm not sure if the tender included those clauses in their document that protects the consumers, because I'll say this, and I like being straight and honest. Others are perennial holders of sugar. Chaka chidi chonse wa sugar. You find some distributors, omweo, damina banga hold sugar. So if Ilovo is serious about the welfare of the consumers and not the welfare of a few distributors, Ilovo have to really show that in the manner that they handle this tender. Again, my ministry is to blame one or the other, because andama dinena kuti ya ikutrediko ena anu mlipasalale ya distributors ena chimozi ku Ilovo sonakoso kuli anthu ena ali masala ama distributors, whether true or not, I know appears I don't know tikunyane bwino afterwards it apanga the people say that atusanga kukwiya ndi sugar kusowa, they'll make several claims, but underline this, but the way we deal with issues can either give credence to such claims or not. I repeat, the way we deal with issues can either give credence to that claim or not. Sometimes umadaba muntu awubwesa import permit or export permit abino wake ndusiku kitoro message kuti abana ima panga approve achimwene ndi banja atu kutamanga safari mwenye kubanji kodi. Is it work or is it something beyond work? Sindu nama atu sima yankula mango yanga okay, all right. So the way we deal with issues can give credence to those claims. How come are you always upanga zintu mbalinga di yokondira ena again? People are justified to make such allegations because you cannot have habitual offenders getting contracts every year, and my ministry also continuing issuing licenses every time such enterprises apply for licenses. Mukuziwa kuti ife kukunduna kwa watu tukuziwa kuti I want to give an example of someone here. We'll give an example. No, a journalist. They're all new faces here. Malenga, who can I give an example? Oh, Taonga Sabora. Atonga Sabora, every time I'm a sugar, I mean, but when I apply for license, we issue licenses with no conditions, no warnings. Now, if people blame good, I could trade if we can't blame them, because we cannot have habitual offenders being issued licenses every year without any consequences. And again, you find that Ilovo and other dealers as well, every time there's a contract, the same people who are giving us problems of holding sugar are getting tenders. It does not make sense, but this is Malawi, maybe it makes sense. As Minister of Trade, we have taken a step. We have looked at our Business Licensing Act of 2012, and since it is being reviewed by Council Chapusa PD here with us, we are including a clause that prohibits habitual offenders from being issued licenses for a certain number of years, depending on the offense. This Business Licensing Act soon it going to cabinet for approval and the like, then go to parliament. We have inserted a clause, kunena kuti, non-obisa sugar, once we have found kuti taseka shop yano because of holding sugar, we will be not issuing you licenses, either for 2 years or 3 years. Kuli nomeve kuwawa. Mukava kuwawa, mwina mungasinte, because mambuyo anakunenthera kwambiri, but not with this government. I would like to tell Malawians that this is an assurance to you Malawians. I would like to tell Malawians that if the bids of habitual holders of sugar are successful and they start engaging in their usual acts, we will no longer go to their shops and close the shops. The Chakwera-led government will be left with no option but to flood the market with sugar from Brazil and India or elsewhere, which is cheaper. That's the stand the Minister of Food has taken. The good thing, we have got Salima Sugar Company, sugar of Brazil, India, and we can go Amakala open the vitamin A. We can bring the sugar, work with Salima Sugar Company, and fortify it with vitamin A and distribute through Salima Sugar Company. Fair and nice. That's how we deal with this issue once and for all. So it's not a warning. I'm just telling you in advance. So if those who hold sugar, habitual offenders, they happen to are in a contract about by Ilova, and it are hold sugar, will not negotiate. Enough is enough. We'll import sugar through the sugar company from Ilovo. It's our company Aboma. From Brazil. It's much cheaper. Much cheaper. Countries like Mauritius, amapanga sugar. Sugar uja, amagulisa kuina, ndikuoda ku Brazil, for use in Mauritius. Amakro cheaper than what ujaso. That's how cheap Brazilian sugar is. Mauritius, maybe a small percentage, the rest of the sugar they produce, amagulisa kunja. Meaning good work Brazil, no cheaper can be sugar mania. So we'll be with an option, but import from elsewhere. And it's not a warning. We don't go in advance. For the sake of protecting the local producer. There'll be people, no, but my company jobs will be lost, but not at the expense of the local people in the villages who have to buy sugar at 8,000 or no. Just because someone is holding sugar. On the same note, and this one, I'll say it with emphasis, without fear of contradiction, and without any iota of regret. There is one distributor of sugar by the name of Simama, who has taken me personally to court as a minister, not the ministry. We closed the shop at Air 24 for various reasons. One of them being that I found him selling sugar at 2 a.m. We found 17 trucks. Where's Chivati Gondwe? Is he here? From Zodiac. I don't know what he came on the site. I told him don't write an article because some distributors are claiming I'm coming after them. You see, ukamaja maungu, pompo ujaso nyemba, mbatata, umazimbidwa eti. Umazimbidwa sio njo? I don't know ntumbuka kutumba. I don't know what's kutumba in Chichewa. Kuzimbidwa eti? Kuzimbidwa? Kuzimbidwa eti? Kutumba. Now, you can't say kuti can I prophesy? Ine ndi zimbidwa ine. Ukuja maungu, batata, nyemba. Can I prophesy? Can I go deeper? Ndi zimbidwa ine. It's straightforward guy. Uzimbidwa abi. Nitumbenge ine, nitumbenge. Ukuteta. Ukuteta waka. Now, you are holding sugar. Ukubisa sugar. Then you're telling people, Mumba is coming after me. So nga ugwira, uzinina kuti, maona, he's fighting me. Play those games with others, not with me. Please, try others, not me. Again, my officers got hold of his truck, which was suspected of being used to hold and smuggle sugar in Karonga. We've got all details. He's been claiming all over that the Minister of Trade is fighting him. My brother here, Orsako Munde, was summoned at Simama's office in Karonga, Nunamangati, Orsako, by one of the sons. Your friend Mumba is fighting us. Hey, brother, and that's true. Not only him, several friends of mine whom they know that I'm close to them. I want to say this. Mera also, anapangapanisha simama umeyo Simso oil for holding those newspapers. Is that Mumba? Is that Mumba? Or someone will say, Kaya is fighting someone. This nonsense must stop. I want to tell people with money, you can get around other people with your money, not me. I'm talking to everyone. Those who believe that their worth is their fortress. My fortress is Mount Zion. We have full records of the number of times we have found this particular disputer on the wrong side of the law and their shops closed. Not once, twice, 3 times, several times. I was Nazuka at 1 o'clock, Pidaku 24, when I was told by people, Augusta Sugar on 12 o'clock, and I found 17 trucks. We had to offload those trucks. I need to call IPS and then usiku so I left her until 6 o'clock. They came, found me there at 6 o'clock waiting. This is what has happened here. I have written a letter to the Attorney General. I hope IPS Kuti, because he has taken me as a Minister of Trade, I'm joining the case in my personal capacity, and I've hired one ACC, a very respectable one, who is reviewing the files, and by Friday I'll get the feedback, and you know who it is. And I'll defend this, because that's the only way to deal with people who think they can fix us and instill fear in us. Some of us, we don't fear anything. We only fear God. That's all. Nothing else. I wish to thank you all members of the media for availing yourselves. Before I go there, we have received threats, some of us. I'm not piercing that. We have received threats. Some members of staff at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, by the so-called distributors, Agudu Mumba, Afrana, Business Yatu, just because we are urging Malawians and Ilovo to open up sugar distribution. What's wrong with that? Just because we have told Ilovo, open up the tenders and we encourage Malawians to participate, we have received threats. Real threats. But to go ahead and defend what is right and do what is right. I wish to thank all members of the media for availing yourselves this evening to cover this important event. Please continue playing the critical role of informing and educating the entire nation of Malawi. I want to conclude Let me conclude with a quote from 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, which reads, "For God did not give us a spirit of timidity or cowardice or fear, but He has given us a spirit of power and love and of sound judgment and personal discipline, abilities that result in a calm, well-balanced mind and self-control." Please do not confuse our biblically driven boldness for Puma or Matama, as most like to put it. Don't get it twisted. I thank you all for listening.
Minister, thank you very much for that elaborate presentation. Mongana nina gale bakozo kala mafunso nkale kuti kufotokozera kwamveka bwino kwambiri ende zotenga pita nazo ku nyumba tatenga komabe bakozo kala funso lokuti pakuti simunamvetsa statement imene apereka minister then ndipange invite mafunso
You may raise your hand and present your question after introducing yourself and the media institution that you are representing. Ndipempe, let's be straight to the point. No preambles, no comments. Let's just ask the question. And ngadena funsagale, disafuse sufuso mwelo. Kathy, we start with you there. Can we please provide the mic?
Dzinanga ndi Kathy Maulidi kuchoka ku Times. Minister mwakambapo kunena kuti sugar tikugula ku Zambia. Mukukamba za cement. Sorry, cement amene akugudwa kuchoka ku Zambia mukukamba za $.
Afterwards.
Okay, nkhani ya cement amene akukambidwa kuti akugudwa kuchoka ku Zambia mukukamba za $. $105 per ton. Kumalawi kunoko nkhani kukambidwa mavuto ena amene akhuza dziko la Malawi ndi forex. Ndalama zimene zikukambidwa $. Zichoka kuti ndikufuna muphatikizeponso ndi nkhani yokhudza sugar amene mukunena kuti akapitiriza kubisa sugar ma shops ena ma companies ena ngati boma mupanga chiganizo choti mungopita ku Brazil mukukambanso kumene kozogula sugar. Ndikufuna muyankhire limodzi kumene kuti forex yogulira sugar ndi cement amene titenga kuti since Malawi is already struggling with forex. Nkhani ina ya Buy Malawi mwakambapo zitsanzo zingapo kunena kuti companies za ku Malawi kuno anthu ku Malawi kuno akhala kumapempha boma kuti amuna tapanganizi kuti tilimbikitse Buy Malawi strategy koma zikuoneka kuti akukupangani chipongwe nde mukunena kuti inu ngati boma mukuganiza kuti bora muthandiza Malawi zinazo muzisiya apo mukuchita abandon Buy Malawi strategy.
Zikomo kwambiri, ine ndi Patrick Kachere kuchokera ku Umunthu FM. Mwakambapo mfundo zosiyana zimene unduna wanu wachitapo koma Malawi akufuna atamvetsetsa kunena zoti mwina chiyembekezo choti katundu wina atsika liti chifukwa anthu ambiri madera osiyana akudandaula za kukwera mtengo kwa katundu osiyana. Zikomo.
Ndine Bridget Mwanuka kuchokera ku Luntha television mene mmafotokoza nduna zimadzamveka ngati kuti munali ndi masomphenya kuti katundu wina ngati cement ameneyo atha kukwera mtengo koma nona ngati chifukwa chani munadikira kuti zinthu zifike kaye nkhosi kuti mupange act.
I never said you had masomphenya don't. I never said that. Speak the truth. I never said that masomphenya kuti katundu kwera mtengo. Nena kuti those who are those people who have increased prices, they never warned us or told us. They should not come back to us why did we not consult them before going to Zambia. So please paraphrase your question. Otherwise your premise is wrong.
Okay, kumano nchifani mwadikira kuti zinthu zifike nkhosi kuti mwambo panga act pamavuto amene ali mdziko muno ngati akukwera mtengo kwa cement.
Dzina langa ndi Robert Chandilira kuchokera ku Blantyre Synod Radio. Olemekezeka nduna mafotokozapo kuti ndonene
ngati wa Synod ukunamba ndi pemphero kaika.
Ndimaona kuti pemphero munali
all right, continue.
Pemphero mbuya alipereka kale pamenepo.
Okay, continue. Please, awa asakati pemphero.
Tidika kuti ambuya ati ankhula motani.
Amen.
Chabwino munafotokozerapo kuti ndondomeko yonse ikatheka zizichitika kuti matumba osachepera 300,000 mwina per day. 300 tons. Komanso zimenezi zichititsa kuti Amalawi vuto limene akhala kumana nalo losowa cement lichepe. Komano mwina mutangotsindika kuti munafotokozanso kuti mwina unduna wa zachuma komanso MIA ali kalikiliki kuthamangitsa mapepala kuti chilichonse chitheke. Ndiyeno mwina Amalawi ali ndi chidwi kuti kodi ndondomeko imeneyi ngati unduna mukuona kuti ikhoza kukhala kuti idayamba kutheka kuyambira liti Amalawiwa ayamba kupeza cement otsika mtengo kuyambira liti? Thank you.
I think we can take that second.
All right, ndi mineyo ya moderator Synod ya Blantyre. Reverend is Gambo. All right. Nayankhula kuti hopefully by the end of this week, because once that take a gare, tinamba kaikutumiza cement from Zambia some days ago, push 12,000 bags. That's a lot. So we don't do one day. Koma zipa boda hapa, tangodika ndi gazetting ya remove of surcharge 10% because yoyo imenapanga through gazette. Kwa hiyo zinazo ni just a letter from us. Tapanga total MRA, lipombo pombo. Word of mouth as well from the minister is enough an instruction, but we have done, formalized everything. So we are hoping that the gazette will be done, and then Friday, Aron General Momuno, the Minister of Justice, Lutumu Tutodo Atamangisa, kuti abanga gazette, once the abanga gazette ndo di basi. So it just depends when will the gazetting take place. Ndekuti Katundu Amboloa Malaya. But as you speak, 12,000 bags or more, even much more now, are already by the border. That again answers the question Nana Funsan Zanga Wakulunta. It is to Kosi. Tivane Goba, there's too much talking Mambuyo go President Zambilimbili. Inasunda media so pompa Macadamia pa. Luntha, mnafusa wadi timadigira perfume Kosi. You cannot move 12,000 bags of cement in a day. It's just a day. And we engaged the producers. When was that? By 5 August, we engaged the producers. This is happening. What the bunch? It was an issue of volumes. And sometimes there's a forex here. Cement among the Concuno. Forex. Anyway, but the thing is, we started some time ago. That's why we've been able to push the bags of cement at the border, and we know so Agubera. So city madiki they are good for Kosia. Congo zintuzi. Antua, they are musa chatira. Antua is a political game. That's a fact. Because in our ana tukokwambiri entire ena jam. That's why they have the guts to come to us telling us kuti tikanape mpaka tikanapanga kai konzati kuti kodi banji mwapanga za Zambia msana fuseka ife ino ndino ndani ino ndiboma ino smart pempe feyo why should we come to you and kufunsani so sit madiga ulimba kosi ai koma it was because of some other processes mabanga kuti cement ambe kubwera za by strategy Kathy. We are not abandoning my strategy. I think games investment kama yankula. I can give you the statement. Murenge bwino. I said maybe ndwerengeso. Nanina guti. Nipange warn and panga abuse by Malawi strategy. In as much as we protect Malawians, the by Malawi strategy. What do you just? As much as we protect Malawians, farmers, producers, traders, with the buy Malawi strategy, don't abuse it. Because if the abuse continues, then the minister will have an option to let other goods from other countries come into Malawi and compete.
Zikomo kwambiri. Ndikukhulupirira kuti nkhani imene abwera nayo anduna aza malonda ndikuti tayikambirana tayimaliza mafunso afunsidwa tidakalipo atakhala kuti pali mafunso ena mukhoza kulemba a PS ali pano komanso officials from the Ministry of Trade are available and accessible, so mukhoza kuwalembera anytime. Ifenso as the Central Office of Information you can always reach us nthawi inaili yonse ngotipatsa mafunso amene mungafune kuti afotokozeredwe si mafunso okhawo. This country is for all of us. Mukhoza kukhalanso ni suggestions and kulandira ma suggestions yesu umakhala kupusa umakhala kuti kuli anthu anzeru amene sali maofisi mwathumu okuti mukhoza kuthandizira zinthu zina. This is our country, so tikuthokozeni kwambiri koma mujatanenera muja kuti panapita kanthawi tisanakumane mukhoza kukhala kuti muli ndi mafunso ena a current affairs kodi chakuti chija chutani mwina ka 20 minutes akaka or a minute 20 minutes imene tikhoza kufunsana kuti izi zathaisi za traders kodi pali mafunso ena okuti munachayo mundiyimbira foni mawa nditengerepo mpata kuti majeza ake omwewa mawa ndikhala ndi mwina kumajojo akwina mpata umene tifunseni mafunso aja. Anything to do with your government? Yes, Mr. Alex. Yes.
The Vice President.
The Mike.
And I can project the voice. It's okay? Honorable Minister, yesterday, actually this afternoon, the Vice President did say during a political rally in Chiromon that his motorcade has been reduced, including the sweeper. And his security detail has been asked not to carry weapons. I just wanted to confirm whether that is true, and why has his security detail been reduced and apparently been redirected elsewhere. Isn't this putting him at a risk, especially during this campaign period?
Okay. Vale. Enas, café.
alibe function
Eno kudia kanina.
Kani ya vice president momwe anapakula kuja pano papo zikuoneka kuti kuchipani momwe alokhutsidwa kwambiri mpaka kumati achitani resign kuboma kusinakumveri koma kuchipani zikuoneka kuti kuchipani zikuoneka kuti akukhudzidwa kwambiri ndi maclaims onena kuti mboma mumuli umbava. Tinene kuti chimenecho nde kuvomereza kumeneko kuvomereza kuti kulidi umbava kubomako. Sinanga the party seems to be very concerned. Kuti ngati mukunena kuti kuli umbava mungotola pasi udindo muchoke mu mbomamo. Ndikuchita concede kumeneko kuna kuti umbavado ulipo. Komanso bwanji ngati poti mwana kuti current affairs bwanji nkhani zokhudza boma kuchipani kukuoneka kuti ali very much concerned to extent kumapempha kumauza not kuapempha ausi kuti atole pasi udindo. Komanso what do you make of what Ausi has been saying recently? What you wanted me to ask?
No, thank you very much. I think pazifukwa zochuluka ndipemphe kuti akutrade nkhani zimusankhe nawe. Ndole nkhani zimezi ndiyankhe. All right, nkhani ya motorcade kuti pasunthidwapo china chake imene ena anandifunsa masana ano ndipo ndinazo kuti ndikuyembekezera a PS aku office imene yoyo kuti akhonza kufotokozerapo ngati pasunthidwa china chilichonse akatifotokozera kuti pali kusintha kwa china chilichonse zimenezo ndiye kuti tiyankhanaso mafunso kuseri kuti kodi nzoona kapenayi komanso kuti tingachite chani to make sure kuti that office ikukhalabe mmene malamulo anayikhazikitsira kuti zisamalidwa motani, because zimene zimakhala attached to the office of the presidency yonse ndi zinthu zokhazikika malinga ndi mmene malamulo amakhazikitsira, so zimenezo sizimasunthidwa mwachisawawa nzachikhazikikire zimenezo. Nkhani zokuti achipani akuyankhira bwanji nkhani zokhudza tendizivomera as Malawians kuti anthu amene timapezeka tili bomafe timakhalanso ndifa kuchipani. Ndi pamene ndili kuchipani nali lero pa campaign trail nda president we had whistle stops umene kuja nkhale makaka navala achipani koma kuchoka umene kubwera kuno takavula zimene zija koma munthu wake ndi Moses Kunkwiye uja amene masana ano tamuona akupanga zachipani koma mbali nayo vala jaketinso yakuboma. Ndeti zisiyanitsa zimene zayankhulidwa pa political podium akayankhanso andale zisiya andale aziyankhana mukhoza vomerezana nane kuti we have the vice president amenenso ndi president wa chipani and kumene amayankhulira zimene mukunenazo ndiye kuti ndi kuchipani ndiye adzipani ayankhana. Ineyo ngati panayankhulidwa china chokhudza ngati panayankhulidwa china chokhudzano kuti kuboma, right, like munenazo kuti what does government make of the other claims, ngati boma ndife othokoza kuti chimene president chakwera wakhala kumanena kuti dziko muno mulikatangale maofisi ambiri the presidency now yonse ikuyankhula chinthu chimodzi ndikuti onse presidency now yonse ikuyankhula chinthu chimodzi ndikuti onse amene ali mu presidency muja akuyankhula chinthu chimodzi imene president chakwera wakhala kunena kuti dziko muno mulikatangale koma what we need sizongonena koma tiye tigwirane manja tithane ndi katangale. Ndi Malawi amene ali kunthalire Malawi amene ali kumaka chimene amayembekezera nchakuti inu takuyikani pa mpando ndiye kodi inu amene muli pa mpando ono
mudzingotiuza kuti kumene kuti Katangale kapena tsopano muyamba kumatiuza kuti Katangale uja ndi uyalapa nyumba tumapezeka kuti ine potuluka jaketi yanga yajeka kudziwa kuti Khoswetuyo amayi sheti ya mvano yajeka Khoswetuyo mwana skulu ya uniform yajeka Khoswetuyo ndetonse nkumangoti nyumba muli Khoswe tivomerezana because ine jaketi yanga inajedwa apo mulidi Khoswe amayi yamva inajedwa apo mulidi Khoswe nyumbamo mwana uniform yajedwa apo mulidi Khoswe nyumbamo koma I mean, is that what we want? Tidzingoza na nyumba muli Khoswe koma we are waiting for that day when aradzaruze Khoswe uja walowa bowi ndete ndipa that's what we are waiting for. So amalawi tizidikiria chimene chocho tosefe tikunena zomwezo achakwera kunena zomwezo a vice president akunena zomwezo ma ministers vitu kunena zomwezo koma amalawi akuyembekezera kuti tsiku lina akita tulozerani Khoswe uja walowa bowi ndipo tonse nditsekere timupha Khoswe amene. So we are happy kuti even the vice president akunena zimene zija ndipo takondwa kwambiri kuti he is willing to go beyond kumanga kuti nyumba muno muli Khoswe akuti atilozera kuti kuli Khoswe kubowe tosefe takonzeka tikaphana naye Khoswe amene akangotolozera. Pali mafunso ena ambuya akudalitseni
abusa tapemphere
achakudwanta sinodi ipatseni pemphere yes please ipatseni closing prayer.
Thank you for whatever you have done to us.
Pamene nduna yoona zamalonda ndi mafakitale inayitanitsa msonkhano wa atolankhani makamaka pofuna kuwadziwitsa Malawi zomwe boma lachita makamaka ndi nkhani imene ili mkamwa yakukwera kwa malonda osiyanasiyana kuphatikizapo simenti komanso kusowa kwa malonda ena mwachitsanzo shuga. Ndiye olemekezeka Mumba amangofotokozera atolankhani kuti kodi boma lachita zotani. Ndiye ifenso kuno ku Capital Hotel mu mzinda wa Lilongwe apa ndiye pa mtsiriziro pakuulutsa kwathu. Ine dzina langa ndi Joyful Paliani tikubwezeretsani ku nyumba yathu youlutsa mawu komanso
Luntha Television stands as an autonomous faith-based broadcaster with a national and international reach. Experience the difference with Luntha Television, where innovation meets experience. Our dedicated team, backed by cutting-edge technology, ensures seamless execution and unparalleled results. Luntha guarantees credibility and professionalism in all its endeavors and services. We offer, among this, production and broadcasting of jingles, music videos, narratives, documentaries, press services and programs, on occasion or outside, live broadcasting of mass and other church functions, government or NGO functions, and political rallies, creation and broadcasting of special programs, sponsored content, sports and entertainment, and advertising for small, medium, and large enterprises. All services are offered at competitive prices. Tune in daily to catch Luntha Television on Zuko on Channel 51, Starsat Channel 474, Star Times Channel 474, Topstar 474, Triyekilie 007, GoTV on Channel 807, Azam